if you're watching this right now, it's no accident. Nothing in this universe happens by chance. This video crossed your path because you're literally one step away from winning. One step away from achieving everything you've ever dreamed of. But there's a hidden adversary blocking your breakthrough. In today's video, I'm going to reveal who this adversary is and share the one simple shift you can make right now to see abundance flow practically overnight. I'm teaching you this because after years of studying manifestation, working on my beliefs, taking daily action toward my goals, I reached exactly where you are today. And I encountered this same adversary. It wasn't until I became aware of it that I finally broke free and achieved all the results I'd always dreamed of. The moment before victory. You know that moment when you've already visualized tremendous success. You've already asked the universe. You've started moving, taking action, even without knowing exactly where you're going. Your intention is to win. You're focused on achieving your dreams. But then, suddenly, intrusive thoughts appear. What if this doesn't work out? What if this isn't meant for me? What if I don't deserve it? What if it's too late? Or even worse thoughts, like, what if I become financially successful and it brings problems I can't solve? What if I grow my business beyond what I can handle? I don't know anything about advanced management or accounting. Oh God, what have I gotten myself into? These are intrusive thoughts that emerge right before success arrives. It's as if your unconscious psychological shadow wants to take one last breath, one final attempt to make you quit. Before we continue, I want you to think about this. What thoughts have you had that almost made you give up? Or the parable of the man who quit 1 inch from diamonds. There's a famous story of a man who dug and dug and dug for gold, but gave up just 1 inch before striking a massive vein of diamonds. This happens because of a hidden adversary. It's our shadow. The meaning of the word devil. Let me share something deeply symbolic with you. Regardless of your religion, anyone with Christian exposure has heard since childhood that the devil tries to dissuade us, tries to make us deviate from our path, right? This concept and this word always intrigued me deeply. As someone who loves studying the etymology of words, I went searching to better understand what the word devil actually means. Devil comes from the Greek diabolos, which derives from dia, basically meaning two. Dia is a geometric concept expressing separation, duality, the division of what is one. And we, as human beings, possess this division reflected within us, conscious and unconscious, day and night, life and death. Carl Jung and the process of individuation. After many years studying the beautiful work of Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, it became evident that the process of individuation he refers to, the process we all as humans must go through, is the path to becoming whole, complete, unified. The path to returning to unity, becoming one indivisible thing, fighting against the devil, against the adversary, is nothing more than recognizing that this adversary exists within each of us. It's our shadow, the unconscious part of our psyche that we insist on sweeping under the rug. That internal hornet. The fact is, we shouldn't eliminate this internal adversary. We should simply recognize that this shadow is part of us, so we can become whole, indivisible, integral. So think about this. Having thoughts contrary to what we want is actually important. It's like a security system in our mind that helps us avoid suffering. The problem is, when the path we're walking is actually positive for us, we'll generate real results. But we end up quitting due to self-judgment, believing we're not deserving, fearing what might happen when we become victorious. It's exactly there, 1 inch from the diamonds, that the shadow attacks most fiercely. The science behind why feelings trump thoughts. Research from the Heart Math Institute discovered that the human heart generates an electromagnetic field 60 times stronger than the brain's field. This means that when you feel something, whether it's fear, anxiety, or confidence, joy, that emotional energy radiates far more powerfully than any positive thought you try to force, or any negative thought you try to cancel. This is why a person can repeat 1,000 affirmations, positive declarations, but if deep down they feel they don't deserve it, that they won't succeed, that they're not capable, that feeling always wins. Always. The emotional field is incredibly powerful. You know why some people attract abundance naturally, while others struggle with it their entire lives? Look, it's not luck, and it's certainly not more effort. It's a matter of emotional frequency. Think about it. You know someone who lives complaining that nothing ever works out, that bills are always tight. And you know someone else who, even when facing challenges, always finds a way out. The difference isn't in the external situation. It's in the person's emotional frequency. And here's the crucial point. The moment you're closest to winning is also the moment when the most internal and external forces try to hold you back. Why? Because your subconscious hates change. It prefers known pain to unknown pleasure. So it uses the most primitive feelings, the most primal emotions, fear, shame, guilt. For what purpose? to keep you safe inside your comfort zone. It thinks it's protecting you. It's a defense mechanism. Successful people aren't braver than you. They've simply learned that feeling commands everything. And when you master one feeling, dominates 5,000 thoughts. What I want to show you with this video is that the electromagnetic field of the heart is much more powerful than the cerebral field of thoughts. So when we're on the right path to winning, some negative thoughts emerge, trying to dissuade us. What we actually need is to use the feeling here in the heart as a tool to bring positive thoughts back on track. I've said this in previous videos, and I'll repeat it. We have thousands of thoughts per day. How are we going to control them one by one? How do you expect to cancel all negative thoughts? If you have 5,000 thoughts in a day, will you have to cancel 5,000 times? This is why a person living in a state of depression or anxiety for years has great difficulty getting out of that state, because they've had so many negative thoughts that they've constructed one. Then the person tries to change their thoughts, but that negative feeling always remains in the background. Understand? You have to work to change the feeling. Even when you don't feel like it, you need to frequent places you enjoy. Be in the company of people you love and appreciate. Listen to music that makes you feel good. Connect with children, with animals, if that makes you feel good. All of this elevates the frequency of your feeling of well-being. Can you right now close your eyes, breathe deeply, and think and feel well-being? We can all do this. Feeling is the true alchemy of the human being. Change the feeling, and you change everything. This is why many people who had severe depression and went, for example, to a church or temple, managed to emerge from that situation, because faith is the most powerful feeling that exists. Protecting your emotional state. When we're about to win, we need to be very careful about the environments we frequent and the people with whom we connect. Why? Because feeling is so strong. Just being in a heavy environment is enough. Just one person telling you that someone spoke badly about you is enough to bring you down again. Successful people do everything to protect their feelings. They shield themselves. And if you want to have success, and especially maintain that success, you need to start protecting your feelings. Feelings are the most powerful tool for connecting with our subconscious. And that's where all our potentials are stored. Our hidden abilities, our talents, our dreams, desires, but also our fears, traumas, weaknesses. Each feeling is a subconscious activator. If you leave here with the awareness that feeling always dominates, you'll have the true key to defeating the internal adversary and making the breakthrough that's missing for abundance to reach you. The path forward. And if this video reached you now, it's because you're one step away from breaking through this barrier. If every word in this video resonates with you, here's what I want you to understand. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to learn. The adversary isn't external. It's the voice inside. Don't stop digging now. Master your feelings, and you master your reality. Protect your emotional state like your life depends on it. Because your dream life actually does. The next time that shadow whispers doubt, recognize it for what it is. The last desperate attempt of your old self trying to survive. Thank that voice for trying to protect you.